Okay. All right, so I belong to a program called DecoArts Helping Artists. And basically, you have to have an online presence, YouTube, a blog, um, a website, Ustream, and they provide product at a discount or free. And so this was some of the stuff I ordered. So I ordered more of some of the traditions, which is my absolute favorite paint that they make. Um, Beyond the media mixed media acrylics. These are my two that I my go-to like when I'm painting. But I went ahead and got more opaque white, which is a great white for like blocking out. It's really opaque. I got a burgundy, more raw sienna that I already had, a sapphire blue, raw umber, Prussian blue, sap green, pine green, a blue-green light, cerulean blue, a light violet, because I realized I didn't have very many pastels at all. A burnt umber, a burnt sienna, and a medium green. So I'm going to leave a couple of these out to use today on the jelly plate. But some of them are just really for like the pet portraits and stuff. And let me set these others aside. I'm running out of places to put paint. Because that's a third world problem, not a real problem. I got some black gesso, which came in a tube instead of the jar like before. Before, when I'd gotten their media gesso, it came in a jar, and my black even like didn't even last. It dried up. I didn't use it. I don't use it that often. Now the white one has been fine, so I don't know what was the problem with the black one. So I'm hoping that. And then I didn't order any, but I think next time I order, I'm going to try some of their new paints in the tubes that they have. Hi, Dot. So I'm going to leave that out because I think I may end up using that tonight. I got their gel medium and a matte and a gloss because I thought when I got done with the pouring medium that I'd try it with theirs, making it with theirs. The recipe that I've been using. And then I got a big white. And then I got a big coastal water because I really like teal. And then this was lipstick. I thought these would be good in pours. And this is their multi-surface satin. And I got several colors in that. Trying to figure out where to put some of this stuff. I got another high gloss varnish because I was out of that. And I got the Glamour Dust that Carol used. And I got the silver, black ice, turquoise, and that was it for those. And then I got what they called Twinkles, which is basically a heavier glitter, just not the ultra fine. And I got a blue, a crystal, a pink, and a champagne. And I thought I'd try those in a pour. I might put those in a pour and see how they did in a pour. These I just want to keep to add to bunnies or whatever. Oh, and I got a green for Cindy Lou Who. It looks like Grinch green. Because I wasn't real happy with this. It's okay. It's spread out too far. I don't know. Then I got a new metallic ice blue, which I use a lot, and a crystal green, which a color I don't think I had. Or, no, I had one. I like this in acrylic pours. I use this one a lot. Oh, and a Glamour Dust in pink. I'm telling you, I was on a, like, pastel. You're going to hold them for me, Linda? Like I said, really a third world problem, isn't it? I don't know where to put my paints. I need another cart, I think, is what I need. But I don't know where I'd put that either. All the ones I got from the mixed media line was just replacements. I got Titan Buff, Raw Umber, Yellow Green Light, Green Gold, the two turquoise, Cobalt, Teal, and Turquoise, a Sap Green, and a Raw Sienna. Like I said, those I use a lot. So those were really just kind of replacements. I got one of their riders that you can add to any of the bottles, and it makes a fine line rider. So we might play with that. I don't know. I was going to say something. I forgot what it was. I got a couple of their brushes. I didn't realize they were the size they were. They're big. But I'm sure we'll find some reason to use them. At some point I'll find a reason to use them. And they're very nice. They're not like the chip brush, which I have a lot of the chip brush. But these don't work as good. It's hard to get a good chip brush. I'm throwing stuff where it belongs so we can have the table clear. Okay, and then I'm going to split this into two. The regular Americana, I just got some different colors that I thought I might use in pours or things that I seem to not have when I jelly plate. So you can never have too many turquoises. So I got Desert and Indian. I got Sea Breeze, Sea Aqua. They actually sent two Sea Breeze. A Desert Cactus. A Desert Sand. So I must have been in a place where I ordered. A Colonial Blue, which is kind of a real pale, almost like a gray. I'm going to keep that out, in fact. Bittersweet Chocolate. Black Plum. Berry Red. And then I found my Berry Red. And I got two Berry Reds, which is good because that's a really good red. Cotton Candy. This will look away, Eileen, if you're here. Baby Pink. So this one's more peachy. This one's more pinky. Bubblegum. Irish Moss. putting some of these to the side that I want to use to jelly print. Georgian clay, which I like a lot, and a Prussian blue. So let me stick those up on the shelf. And then I only have had a couple of these, and I really like them. They're a satin surface, so they don't work as well with like the colored pencils. You know, they don't, but I like the finish of them. And I thought I'd try a pour just with these. So I got Coastal Water, that's the one I got, the big one. Turquoise, Water, Deep Turquoise, Sky Blue, Cactus, Red Hot, which is a red, Cocoa Bean, Coffee Bean, Lavender, a Flamingo Pink, a Pink Cadillac, and a Pink Tropic. I'm telling you, I was in a pink mood. I must have just done something that didn't have pink. A shrimp color, which is kind of a coral, a dark scarlet, and a red barn. Let me put those over to that side. I ordered some of their decoupage papers, and these are really pretty. I have some others I just haven't used. So this one I got was the Victorian Romance, and they're 12 by 16 sheets. This one is Old World. This one is metallic type, so it's black and it's got silver. And this one is Moroccan. I just haven't used them. I need to remember to use them like on a bunny or something. And I need to put them where I don't forget, like where I see them and I don't forget. Because that's what happens. I put them away and then I forget they're over there because they're not with the rest of my papers. All right. We're almost done. Okay, then I ordered some stencils. And when you order on this site, you don't see the picture. You can go in and look on their website and find the picture, but I didn't do that. So I just was ordering based on the name. So this one is a wall stencil. It's more of a furniture stencil, but I'll use it on the jelly plate for sure. And it's a brocade motif. And then this one is a long skinny stencil. And it's birds and butterflies, and it's got 2 butterflies and 2 different birds. So I like it a lot. It may get cut up. I don't know. We'll see. This one is bloom, and that's literally what it is. It's the word bloom and grow. But it's got these cute little flowers right here. So I thought we'd play with some of those on the jelly plate. And because I need to jelly plate some papers. This one was an Andy Skinner, and it's 2 faces, a Baroque, and like corner pieces. So I'm not sure how I'll use it either, but it might just leave some interesting marks on the jelly plate. Then I got this one, which was bees and birds. And it's got a bee stencil and a bird sitting on a line. I know that would be a really good one to use to finish pieces. And then I got this one, which is ferns, and it has several different leaves, which I didn't have anything like that in a stencil. And this is my blonde moment. I ordered 3 that I already have. I didn't realize that they were the same ones. That they're, I don't think I realized they were Andy Skinner. So I'm just going to use them for a giveaway. So I'm going to say, put them aside and I'll save them for a giveaway. And then this is the really funny one. It's ginormous. It's like for the floor or the wall. It shows it on furniture. It's called Bloom. It's a big flower. It's really cool. But it's bigger than the jelly plate. So I'm going to put this one up, and when we get a house or I do some furniture, I'm thinking we have a table to redo, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do on it. I might do this in the middle. I'm not sure. Yeah, I like Andy Skinner too. He's funny when he's with Tracy Weinstaffel. So here's the projects that I have to work on besides jelly printing. I want to take this jelly print and put it in a mat, but I want to paint the mat and show you how I was altering the mats, because it got a really good response at the art show, but I think if it were matted, it would show better. Yeah, I don't have walls that I can use it on, Galena. I don't own this house. So it would have to go on something like furniture that I own right now. They would probably frown. And then this is sort of sad. This is the other project. And I'm debating. I've had this piece for 3 years. Maybe 4? 3.5, 4 maybe? And it has not sold.
But you're not one.
So it's just not resonating. So I'm thinking I need a cityscape for the art show in October. And the neighborhood that the show is in is all very Victorian, 40s. Would you say that's a 40s or 50s neighborhood, Bob? Back to the 30s and 20s? Yeah, it's a bungalow, like a craftsman bungalow style. That's probably the best way to describe it. White picket fences, pretty colors. So I want to do one of the houses with a skyline. Well, I had 75 on it but it was priced too high. Then I put 50. So I think I'm going to pour on it. Wouldn't be the first time I did covered a canvas. So I think I'm going to do a pour, and I think I'm going to do like a skyline back here and grass down here, and then when it's all good and dry, put the jelly printed houses, kind of like we did the New York skyline. So I don't know. I haven't made up my mind. I also could just go buy new canvases before. I didn't go today. We went to the grocery store, and after that, that was it. So, but it's a gallery style canvas. I think it's probably a level 3. So that's what I'm going to work on. I don't know. I'm not going to actually pour tonight because I'm still indecisive. Oh, and I got my new business cards. Aren't they cute? Well, I'm not. Well, and it's heavy too to mail. That's why I've never listed it on my Etsy. Because it would cost so much to mail. Alright, so let's look at the octopus. Well, I'm not going to do anything to it tonight, so talk to him and we can talk. We can, you know. It's 12 by 24 gallery style. Alright, so this is the octopus and it's got magenta, copper, kind of a limey green, a teal, kind of a reddish coral color. What color do we want to make the matte? Because I'm going to make a metallic matte for it and show Cindy how I did the matte. I have a dark teal that we could use, but this is a light colored teal. There's what they call moss pearl, that's probably the paint color that's in there. It's called moss pearl. We also could go the copper route with the royal ruby red. Oh yeah, the mosquitoes. They get me bad. They don't get my husband, so he doesn't always get it. And I'm like, bit by a mosquito. Dying here. Yeah, there's so many colors in it. I'm leaning towards the moss green. Maybe with a little shot of the teal in it. Yeah, I think the moss will be popular. Okay, so Cindy, your mat, if you want to do this, all you would need to do, since it's already in the mat, is just take like a piece of paper and tuck it in under the corners, and it will lift up and do that. If you decide you want to do the like Grinch green around the outside, you can protect the print without unattaching it. This isn't attached, so I don't need to. But we'll try the moss green. If we don't like it, we can add the turquoise over it. And all I did literally was, and I hit the edges with the brush and pulled back, and I tried to make sure on the sides that my brush work wasn't like, that I kind of softened it out so that I didn't have like a harsh line where I started and where I stopped. And I gave it 2 coats. It was funny, y'all. I did all that work for that art show, getting bunnies to have bunnies in stock, and I didn't sell any bunnies. I sold lighthouses. If I'd had more lighthouses, I could have probably sold more the smaller ones than I had. Um, and I sold girls. I sold the cat, the Halloween cat. You just never know. But I did really well. I mean, the people across from me, the guy across from me had T-shirts that had like they were bedazzled. I don't know how that was done. They were black shirts with some kind of crystal type heat set stuff on it, and pashmina scarves. He didn't sell anything. He was there for a friend because she did another show and couldn't be at that one. They didn't sell anything. I didn't even see anybody. He had one almost sell, but he didn't have the right size and the right color, I think. People looked at the scarves. I don't know how much they cost. The girl next to him had quilts and stamped on the metal and made bracelets. Now, she did quite a bit of that. And this is the Dazzling Metallics from DecoArts. They are a little on the thin side. But I signed back up to go to that market December the 2nd and I think December the 16th. So that gives me a show for October 21st, November 11th, December 2nd, and December 16th, most likely. But it definitely takes 2 coats. Hi, Dar. It almost reminds me when I put it on here a little bit of like suede paint. You know that paint that was like suede that was popular? Okay, so now I'm ready to start the second round, and that's when it stops getting to be so patchy. And I did sell quite a few cards, so that's why I thought we'd jelly print some papers to make the houses with, the Victorian houses, the bungalows. Um, and I would jelly print some cards so I could finish and make some more cards. And the mat will warp a little bit while you're doing it, but when you get it in a frame, it's going to lay down and flatten out. Like the ones I did with the bunnies, they've been stored in a cello bag. They've already flattened out. Hi, Jane. Oh, I'm glad you like them. Glad they got there safe. I had checked the tracking on yours, and I forget who else went out that day. But I checked both of the tracking to make sure that they got there safe.
Not a great idea for a clear, yeah, you can look for it. So then, right, spread it eventually.
Here on that brush there, hanging. So I like that one matte we did so much, Jane, I decided to do some other metallics. Well, and I got watercolor on a mat, and so that's what we're just doing, a mat to show Cindy how I did it. Okay, now I'm just going to look for places that are thin. And I'm going to hold it at an angle so I can see differently in the light. Hold it one way and you see what you think is a thin spot, and you hold it another way and it looks fine. Like this is only thin spot now. Alright, the print. Let's see if we like it or if we want to add a color on top of it. Get a baby wipe. Get the bulk of the paint. Oh my. Okay, I don't see chat moving, so I don't know if that's because people are just quiet, doing other stuff, or it's not moving. Okay. So, here's the print. Here's the mat. I don't want to push down on it with my fingers too bad right now. So what do we think? I'm not sure. I know it's probably hard to see. Is it too pale? Let's try something real quick. This is copper and a coaster. I thought, well, jelly print on some coasters too. So having a coat of paint on it will not hurt. Okay. So do we like copper better? Yeah, my chat's not. All right, how did Jean say I could do this? I'm gonna go out and come back to chat. Whatever she said to do, I am not seeing it. Jean, Jean, Jean. Okay, let's... All right, I'm going to stop the recording and refresh. I'll be right back.